Pues la hoja de observación y la guía para la entrevista, pues yo creo que son como tipo las mismas preguntas.
Ok. Mismas preguntas.
Las del cuestionario. Bueno, no las mismas, porque esas ya las contestaron. Pero
pues
sí.
puede comenzar como más, como... Bueno, vamos a ver.
Por ejemplo, estas son las que ya tengo contestadas, pero quedó así.
Las preguntas, la diferencia entre las preguntas en la cuestión, en la entrevista, la guía para la entrevista, son preguntas muy dirigidas a lo que tú observaste.
Ajá.
Entonces, en cambio, las preguntas para el cuestionario en general son más general, como preguntas de qué hacen, qué piensan, así. Entonces, esa es la diferencia. La guía, obviamente, ahorita tal vez no sabes exactamente qué vas a preguntar hasta que tienes algunas observaciones, pero puedes pensar algunas preguntas que tal vez vas a preguntar. Entonces, la idea es que ahorita vamos a plantear algunas preguntas sobre el cuestionario, sobre lo que tú piensas que vas a observar. Y después, la próxima semana, ya cuando tengas ya algunas observaciones ya hecho, vas a otra vez revisar la guía de la entrevista y para ver si hay algunas modificaciones. Para cualquier modificación hay que obviamente cambiar también tu instrumento en tu documento en Google Drive, pero esa es la idea.
Okay.
¿Sí?
Ese es el que ya apliqué.
Ok. Entonces, ¿qué?
No, nada.
Okay.
Este es el que ya apliqué.
Okay. How many results or how many questionnaires do you have answered?
I applied 10.
And you have those completed, the answers?
The others are in my job. In the afternoon I will get them done.
Entonces, ¿cuántos tienen en total?
10.
Ok. ¿Y los 10 no son aquí?
No, allá son 4. Sí, y los otros son de aquí de la universidad y de otras escuelas.
Ok, pero 10 en total, entre todos los... Okay. Y ya sabes quién, desde esos resultados, ya tienes una idea de tus participantes.
Sí.
Okay. So, how did you choose? Why? Can you discuss a little bit about the ones that you've chosen, the teachers you've chosen, why you chose those, based on the results of your questionnaire?
Well, I am waiting for the other questions.
Entonces, ¿aplicaste cuántos?
Es que apenas los apliqué hoy.
Okay. ¿Cuántos aplicaste?
10.
10.
Me falta que me
¿Cuántos
regresen.
recibiste hasta este momento en tus manos? Bueno, 6. Entonces faltan 4. Ese 6 lo que tienes, ya revisaste, ya checaste si más o menos cómo está contestando. ¿Sí? Okay. Sí. Y si vienen con información que piensas que con esta información puedes escoger participantes para tu estudio. Okay. Entonces, si quieres, ¿cuándo piensas que vas a recibir los otros 4?
Hoy.
Okay. Y entonces, bueno, entre hoy y mañana hay que seleccionar tus participantes. Si tienes dudas, si quieres hablar, practicar sobre eso, está bien, o si no, si está muy claro lo que sigue tus participantes, está bien, además programa tiempo, hable con ellos para planear las próximas 3-4 semanas que tenemos para the data collection and begin on Monday, begin next week with the data collection.
Voy a empezar a observar el día de la próxima semana.
Right now, this week, we're finishing with the instrument design. So for this week, did you see the video yet that I uploaded in Canvas?
De lo que tenemos que entregar mañana, no.
Ok. Ahorita te explico, pero también subí un video esta semana explicando todo lo que tenemos que hacer para esta semana. So for this week, we need to copy and paste all of the instruments that you have to Google Drive and in the annex section at the end of the document. So it says appendix, not annex, the appendix. So appendix A will be one instrument, appendix B another instrument, so on.
Like this.
Yes.
Pero ¿qué voy a poner? Por ejemplo, el otro instrumento va a ser la hoja de observación.
Ajá.
Y en eso no sé qué voy a poner. ¿Qué debo incluir en la hoja de observación? Lo de time, activity.
Así es. So you'll have a heading. Every instrument's going to have a heading with the independent variables of the participant, the name, the institution, any information that you think is relevant should be in the heading. The Universidad Autónoma, because it's where you're studying, so at the very, very top of your document, you're going to have this university. Okay. And then the title, so it'll say observation sheet or interview guide or teacher questionnaire. And so in your observation sheet, the only thing that I think you will need would be to have the time, activity, description. Just have it once with a colon after each one, and then just leave the rest of it blank. And so that you are just writing under the description each of those activities. When the teacher starts another activity, then you write time, activity, description, and the time. So you're really paying close attention to the start time and the ending time for each activity.
For each activity, right?
Yeah. But for the instrument, just the heading, time, activity, description one time, and that's enough. You can leave the rest blank. But that'll be your observation sheet. So you have your observation sheet, you have your teacher questionnaire that you've completed, your interview guide.
The interview guide?
You're doing interviews, right? You're doing interviews, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the questions...
Sí, entiendo. No sabes exactamente qué vas a preguntar, pero tienes que imaginar lo que tal vez lo que vas a ver en la observación, porque tienes una idea más o menos que podría ser. Lo que yo quiero ver es que tú tienes algunos ejemplos, 1, 2, 3, 4 preguntas muy general, pero sobre algo lo que tal vez vas a observar, para no tener preguntas, por ejemplo, ¿qué piensan de este? ¿Qué hacen en general? Como preguntas como tipo de la cuestionario. ¿Sí? Entonces, claro que no sabemos bien exactamente qué va a incluir, pero eso es lo que quiero ver para que está claro que tienes que preguntar, enfocar muy específicamente de algo lo que observaste. ¿Piensas que la entrevista es un complementario o información que complementa lo que estás observando? Porque desde una observación sí puedes obtener información, pero no sabe todo. Si hay algo que va a faltar, vas a preguntar en este momento o después, cuando estás reflexionando en tu observación, vas a preguntar, no, pues tengo que preguntar porque no entiendo por qué, o qué estaba pensando en este momento, o por qué hizo esto en tu clase, o por qué cuando dijo el alumno contestó así. Es lo que eso es lo que vas a preguntar más profundamente en la entrevista, y cuando termines con la observación es el momento que vas a revisar otra vez la guía de entrevista para ver que voy a modificar eso, recordando que también vas a modificarlo en Google Drive para que esté actualizado. Cuidado con esto para que siempre es actualizado tu documento, y ya desde ahí vas a desarrollarlo. Ahorita quiero que subes algo así con algunas preguntas, ¿verdad? Que son obviamente relacionados, pero que sí está enfocando mucho en lo que vas a observar o lo que observaste. The method section?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the method section, in the template, what you have is or 3 sections.
Yeah.
And you have the headings, participants, instruments, and procedure. Leave those headings as they are. You insert the text for each of those 3 sections. The method section is going to be approximately 500 words. In each section, you're going to have 1 paragraph for each section. More or less equal amounts. In the participants, you're going to include information about, obviously, the instruments in the group. A lot of the information that you include in the heading in your instruments, that's what you're going to include in your instruments. So you might talk about if this is part of your research, the age, the years of experience, how long they've been teaching, how long they've been working at the institution, what's the grade level of the students, what's the English level of the students, etc. In the instruments section, you're going to explain briefly each of your instruments. In general. So you're going to say it's had open questions about this, but in general. When you finish each sentence, when you first say, okay, my first instrument questionnaires, the first instrument, the teacher questionnaire was applied, and you talk about it. At the end of the sentence, you're going to add C Appendix A in parentheses.
Okay.
Right? C, the word C is capitalized, appendix is capitalized, and the letter A is capitalized. C Appendix A. Okay. Then you're going to talk about maybe the observation sheet. C Appendix B. Okay. Then you're going to talk about maybe the interview guide. C Appendix C. Okay. So at the end of the documents, you have Appendix A and Titulo. Teacher questionnaire, blah, 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 blah. Second, see Appendix B, title, observation sheet. Let's see.
Okay.
So those are the instruments. Now, in the procedure, this is where you can use the first person. You can say, first I applied this. Okay. Then I applied this. Then I applied that. The procedure is not the procedure of the intervention, it's the procedure in how you applied or collected data. Okay. So think of it like if I wanted to apply your research, you tell me in 500 words what I need to know to apply your research. Okay. That's the idea. Very concise. 500 words is not a lot of words, so every word has to be, every sentence has to be exactly about what it is. There's no room for extra information that doesn't apply. So participants, only talk about the participants. Instruments, only talk about the instruments. And the procedure, only talk about the procedure. Don't mix. Okay. Now, in the instruments, present the instruments in the order in which you are presenting your procedure or presenting the instruments in your procedure. So, for example, if you're going to apply the teacher questionnaire first, we'll talk about the teacher questionnaire first in the instruments. Then maybe you do an observation sheet. So in your instrument section, next, after the teacher questionnaire, you talk about the observation sheet, etc. Yeah. So that the instrument and the procedure, they're different, but they're following the same order. But don't mix it. It's very easy in the instruments to say, first I applied this instrument. Okay. No. The instruments is only like saying teacher questionnaire was applied, and it consists of the reason for doing this was for this. Now, one last thing. The participants in the participant section, you can mention very briefly how or why you chose these instruments. Remember, we've talked a lot about using this questionnaire to figure out why you wanted to choose these people. Now's the time to mention that very briefly, but it's very important to mention that in the participants.
Why you chose that people,
right? And the reason why you chose it comes from the answer to your questionnaires. Something was different, something was unique, something you found interesting that pertains to your research questions. That's what you want to mention, very briefly, but very important. Okay. See? So for this week, we want to try to finish the method section and upload the documents in the appendix.
Teacher, in the instruments, I'm not going to say like how I apply if that's in the procedure,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
But then here, what I'm going to say only the questionnaire is made well. It includes like seven open questions, blah blah, and yeah, see appendix.
I see.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you have, let's say you have 2 sentences to describe this, you want to say see Appendix A, the first sentence.
Okay.
All right, and then you can go on and describe if you need another sentence. That's fine. The questionnaire, da 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 da. Okay, but the first sentence where you mention each instrument in the instrument section is when you're going to mention see Appendix A, see Appendix B.
Okay. The 500 words are all the method section?
Yes.
Oh.
And there's no reflection due this week.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, try to do the reflections. You can do it any day. You can do it from Monday to Sunday. So try to.
I had to go to Monterrey like in an emergency.
Okay.
And I didn't have my laptop with
You need to go to internet cafe.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions about method, instruments?
Yeah, in the procedure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The questionnaires, the teacher's questionnaires, I already applied, right? So that's going to be in past tense.
Okay. Past tense or future tense. All right. For May 23rd, that is for the final document, the procedure is going to be in the past tense. Okay. Now, since I'm asking you to do the method now before you're actually going to do the procedure, it's up to you. If you want to write everything in the future tense and then later change it to the past tense, or if you just want to write everything in the past tense, that's fine too. Okay. I'm not going to be too concerned right now about the tense, but at May 23rd, everything definitely needs to be in the past tense. If it's easier for you to write everything in the past tense, even though you haven't applied it, that's fine. But some students are writing in the future tense, which is fine, but have to go back later to change it.
Got it.
And the only section of the 3 in the method section that will be in the first person, I, will be the procedure. Okay. I think the instruments and the participants should be in the third person.
Okay. The appendix is where is the?
It's after the references.
Okay.
Yeah, and it should already be there. Mm-hmm. Okay, and each appendix is on a separate sheet, so there should be a page break. So if you have a questionnaire that is a page and a half, okay, so you have a page and a half, and so that second page you've got like half page space. That's fine. That's how it should be. So make sure you have like a new page that starts each new appendix. Okay. And I think in the document there are page breaks, but if they get deleted, make sure that it's on a different page. Okay. Yeah, and it's always better to do page breaks because if you just put spaces, then if you ever go back and make changes, then you have to changes everything. So if you're not sure about how to do a page break, you can do page breaks also in Google Drive. Try to use page breaks. Do you know what I mean by?
No.
A page break is wherever the text is. If you do a page break, it moves it to a new page. It creates a new page. So let me show you an example.
Yeah, please.
Where are you? Let's see. Here you are. Okay, so I'm going to open your document and take you to the appendix here. Maybe. All right, so let's say I have text here, right? So You have Appendix A and Appendix B.
Okay.
One way to do this, because I want Appendix B on the next page.
Okay.
Notice how it's on the same page here? Now, one thing I can do is just do this, right?
Yeah.
I go space, 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 and then, okay, it's on a new page.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Okay.
Why? Because when you come back here, and let's say in this instrument you need to make changes, it screws up everything else afterwards. So instead of doing that, put your cursor right there before the text and go into Insert, Page Break. Or you can also hit Control Enter.
Okay.
Now, what happens? I can make changes here. And guess what? It doesn't move this. See?
Page break.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter that you have a half a page of space here on an instrument. It's fine. In your document, it's already set up. So you shouldn't have to do anything. But if for some reason you accidentally delete that page break, because you can delete it. If I do this, now I just deleted the page break.
Okay.
See? So if you accidentally delete it, then this is how you can reestablish it. Put the cursor again before the text, insert, page break, and you're good to go. Alrighty? See, I just deleted that and it didn't move anything. There, so.
Right.
¿Qué más?
De esto creo que ya todo.
So the first thing here, preferably today, you can decide on the participants. And if you're not sure, you can see me tomorrow for sure, because it's very important that you know this week who your participants are going to be. Hopefully this week or the first part of next week, you can start talking to the teachers and really do your best to plan as best that you can the procedure. That's why I'm asking everyone to do the method now too and the procedure, because you need to plan. So how am I going to apply everything? Because you need to be talking to the teachers about it. This is not just for your purpose. You have to plan everything with the teachers, because as you know, things might come up outside of your control, outside of the control of the teacher. Maybe the school has a parent day or teacher parent day or some sort of meeting, and it interferes with your data collection. It happens all the time. So do your best between you and your participants to schedule and plan out the next 3 weeks or so, and then adjust as you need to. And also about permissions, I don't know if you need permission to do your study, but make sure, hopefully, if you do need those, you have those. Just double check. Yeah, about permissions.
I will check that. Just immediately I received the other questionnaires. In case I did that, I need the permission.
How many different schools have you applied your questionnaires to?
I have from here in the university, IMAX, the university. I have another IMAX.
Okay.
And the others are Lingua.
Okay.
So
Alrighty, well, just try to, plan out like how many, if they're going to be from the same university or if they're going to be from different universities, but try to find something that's unique,
okay.
With those particular participants.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Lucy, we'll hang in there.
Okay.
And also, I'm not going to be here next Thursday or Friday. So I'm asking everyone if you could send me an email and so that we can reschedule our tutoring session next week.
Okay.
And since I have a lot of you on Thursday and Friday, the spaces are going to fill up. So try to tell me as soon as possible. Send me an email.
On Tuesday?
What time? What time can you do it on Tuesday? I have class at 11, or the tutoring sessions from 11 to 12. So what time can you do it? On Tuesday.
At 10?
10 o'clock on Tuesday?
Yeah. Is it possible?
Yep. Let me write that in here.
Wait, do I have class?
Yeah, do you have class?
I don't know. Let me check. You see. Uh, 11?
I think I have tutoring session 11.
Yeah. Yeah, from no. Yeah, you have tutoring session. Assessor,
Yeah, I have tutoring session on Tuesday from 11 to 12, but any other time I'm available.
At 12?
Yep.
At 12?
See?
Yeah.
Okay, so. All right, so on the 26th, right? El 26, ¿sí cierto? El 26 de marzo.
26. ¿Es 26? No, es 25.
Ah, I'm sorry, sí, 25.
Sí, ¿verdad?
Perdón.
No me digas eso. Sí. 25.
Ah, chis, ¿qué? Ah, sí, perdón. Sí, 20, el 26, 25, Tuesday, martes del 25, a las 12. Technology.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Lucy.
You don't